we're going to play a week of the solo mode for Deep Regrets. I love Deep Regrets. I think it's an amazing game. I think there's a slight edge in the solo mode in terms of coziness. It's a very cozy little game when you're in solo mode. In competitive mode, you are catching fish, you're eating fish, you're selling fish, you're mounting fish, and you're trying to do a better job of this than your opponents, right? And you have a week to do it. You have a week to be the best fisherman entity that you can be. In solo mode, this is very different because you are not trying to be the best fisherman. You're not trying to eat fish. You're not trying to sell fish. You are an ocean surveyor. You're part of a science expedition. They have brought you in to do science. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be catching fish, cataloging their traits, and then we'll be putting them back in the ocean. So every week we can catch the same fish. It just won't do us any good because we've already seen them. We've already cataloged them. We already know all about them. So this is a catch and release program. No fish will be harmed in the process. It's going to be nice, cozy, and delightful. And there's no real huge time limit. Week to week, we're going to catch fish and send them back, and there's no number of weeks we have to do this in. However long it takes is however long it takes. Now, we're going to do 1 week today. So we're going to fill out this. So we have the survey undertaken by Goose. Yeah, and then the departure date is today. That's the departure date. It is today. Today is the departure date. I'm not going to put down what date it actually is. That seems weird. So the core loop of the game is very simple. It's a very nice, simple little game. We have our dice. These are what we can do in a day. So our day starts by drinking our cup of coffee. That gets us our dice. We have a 2, a 2, and a 1. Now using this, we're going to take actions. And our actions are basically just going to be catching fish. So for our first action, we're going to attempt to catch this fish. And we're going to start by revealing it and turning it face up. And that is a flying Gunnard. So we want to catch that fish because we have not yet caught that fish. So we're going to spend 1 die worth 1 because that is the difficulty of this fish. And we catch it. There we go. Our first action of the day. And now we record it, because that is what we are here to do. So it is a fair fish. It is the flying Gunnard. And we have not yet brought it home, so we're not going to mark off that. We're not going to mark off the that we've brought it home. So we have a checkbox here to denote whether or not we've brought it in, and we haven't brought it in, so that's not checked. But we have recorded its name, how much it's worth, and what its difficulty is, and that it's fair, and it's at depth 1. So we're recording every piece of information about it. Yeah, so we have a small fish, depth 1. It is fair, flying Gunnard, 1-1. And he's in our hold. We're going to slide this down again. So we're ready to bring him home. And now we have 2 more strength. We go back over here, and we see there's a medium-sized one, a small one, and a medium one. We can grab this little handy guide over here, and we can see that small is 0 to 2, medium is 1 to 3, and large is 2 to 4. So we have a 2, so we can guaranteed always catch a small with a 2 strength die. So I think that would be the wiser option. We're going to go ahead, because I mean we could potentially catch a medium. That's a decent chance, 2/3 chance. But we absolutely can catch this small, so we're going to attempt to catch this small. So we get a lionfish. We're going to go ahead and spend our die to show that we have caught it. And we're going to write it down. It is fair. Here. Lionfish. Small and fair. We're not going to eat it. When we reveal it, we re-roll one of your fresh die. So we're going to have you roll this one. That was when we revealed it. I didn't do that properly, but anyways. Beautiful but dangerous. The bane of the reef. It's going to go there. Lionfish. 1, 1. Alright, we have one last 2. And we have an option between a medium, a large, and medium or middling. We'll go for this middling, I think. And we will reveal that. And we have revealed a ghoul ray, which is very interesting. So that is going to get us a regret. And it is a 2/2. And that will be the last fish we'll be able to catch for today. And I think we will, because we want to catch everything. We're not here to only catch the nice things. No, we want to catch everything. Everything is going to be recorded in our logs. We're going to try to make friends with everything. That is our ghoul ray. We get our regret. We have a nagging regret. Focus. Got stood up by a mermaid. So, regrets are going to be interesting. We're going to have to discard fish for every regret that we have, every value. So this is 1. So we'll have to discard a fish with a value of 1 to be able to take care of that regret. And that is Monday. That is 1 day of fishing. All right, so now we go on to Tuesday. Tuesday. Grab our dice, drink our coffee, and we have another 2, 2, and 1. That is lucky. So we're still at depth 1. We haven't gone down. We have all these other depths that we can go down to. But even a small at depth 2. Actually, you know what? Let's do that, though. Let's spend... I mean, it really doesn't matter. Here we go. We could use our can of worms. And we will peek at this fish to see if it is worth it. And it is the Midas Devil. Ooh. When we catch it, we have to flip the coin, and we either get $3 or all other players get $1. Do you flip coins in solo mode? That's a good question. So I'm turning that back down because technically, well, I'll leave it up for a second if you wanted to see it. Yeah. We'll go ahead, we'll go down, we'll spend a 2 just because it feels important to me. And we're going to take our ship, and he's going to go down. He's going to go there, and I'm going to spend the 2 and the 1 for this 3 difficulty, depth 2 small fish. And I'm going to catch it. And in the act of catching it, as we see with this icon, once catched it, you flip the coin, and if you get heads, you do that. If you get tails, you do that. So we have our coin, a nice fish tail, nice fish head. Super violent sound. On the floor. It's a heads. How about that? Alright, so we get $3. Hey, you remember that thing I said we weren't going to use? I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to put it back. And we have 3 fish bucks. Alright, so this is the Midas Devil, small and foul. Haggling with devils leads only to misfortune. Alright, so we go on to our little sheet here. We have small fish. Just now noticed I put the ghoul ray in the wrong spot. We're going to fix that. We're going to fix that right now. So the ghoul ray is a middling fish, so we have to go to the middling fish side. And he is a depth 1 middling fish. Ray. 2. All right. And then we're going to erase him. And this is why we do things in pencil. Okay, so our small fish, that is at depth 2, the Midas Devil, it is foul, Midas Devil, 3. So here we go. So we've got foul, Midas Devil, 3, small, depth 2, as opposed to the middling fish, depth 1, foul, Ghoul Ray. And he gets to go over there. And that is Tuesday. We got a single fish on Tuesday. Never say I'm not productive. All right, we go on to Wednesday. We get up, we drink our coffee. Hey, a 2, a 1, and a 1. All right, I suspect we're going to be catching a single fish today as well. All right, we've got 3 middlings at depth 2, which are 2 to 4. We have 4 total dice. We have 2 middlings at depth 1 that are 1 to 3, and a large that is 2 to 4. So if we're going to catch only 1 fish, because I think that's what we're going to do, we're only catching 1 fish with our dice. We have a 2, a 1, and a 1. Let's have it be a large fish. Let's have it be a large fish at depth 1. We're going to catch a big guy, and we caught a manta ray. Large and fair and friendly and good. We go to the large side of our mat. We go to depth 1. He is fair. The manta ray. And he is a 4-3. So we use a 2 and a 1. And we discard that. Or put that into our spent section, and we get our manta ray. And he adds to our collection of fish. Very nice. Very nice. Some lovely friends. Okay. So now we have 1 die. With our 1 die, we could potentially get a middling fish at depth 1. There is a small, slim chance. The risky thing is that, if we don't catch it, we don't catch it. He's just gone for this trip. This week, we won't ever be able to catch him. So we have, but we have 1 die, so we should try. We're going to go with this guy. I'm going to reveal him. It's the Scrat. We're not going to write him down because we're not going to be able to catch him. We're not going to be able to pick him up. So we get to see him. We can remember him, but he's not on the paper. We don't get to weigh him, as it were. But we're going to spend 1 die, and this allows us to grab a dink. So instead of catching the fish, we catch a dink, and our dink is a finger. Reduce a fish difficulty by 1. We're going to put it over there. How's that? There's our finger. On our lifeboat that we can't use, because we don't need to. All right. Another day at the ocean. So now I start the day of Thursday. The Scrat is gone. He swam away. We cannot catch him any longer. We get our cup of coffee and we get a drink. We've got a 3, a 3, and a 1. Fantastic. So with a 3, 3, and a 1, we can guaranteed get a middling fish from depth 2. I like depth 2. I want to do stuff in depth 2. Let's grab a depth 2 card. We found the mermaid. Hey, you stood me up on a date once. And that's a 4 difficulty, so we can spend the 3 and the 1 to catch that fish. So that is a middling foul. So that's a foul, depth 2, mermaid. 4 cost, 4 difficulty. Catch, which we are catching it. Here's a close-up. We are catching it. We get to peek at 2 fish, and we get a regret. Coveted for their eyes and milk, fished almost to extinction. We're going to put it up here so that it doesn't stay on camera. And we're going to get our regret first. Another nagging regret. Bought snake oil. You know how that is. So we are going to peek at, I think, let's peek at this large fish. Right, so a shark. To catch him, once you catch him, you discard a small fish. That's okay. We've got a couple of small fish we're okay discarding. So we'll keep our eyes on him. And we're also going to peek at, this depth 2. The bubo. Middling and foul, all players get a regret for 3 for 3. So, okay. I think the intelligent thing to do here is we're going to go for the shark. He's going to scare away one of our fish there because they're scared of him. He's a big, scary shark. But he is very good. So, we are going to have our flying Gunard fly away. Fly free. And instead, we are catching the large hammerhead shark, who is fair. Ba-da-da. Hammerhead shark. 5, 3. All right, now we're on to our last day of the week. We'll get our coffee, drink up. We have a 2, a 2, and a 1. So we have 5 total strength of dice. Here's the thing, because there's more foul fish at depth 2, so there's more fish who are going to make us get regrets. And we already are dealing with, we have 2 regrets. We don't want any more. Maybe we could try for the large, or we could try, because with 5, there's a good chance we could get both middling fish at depth 1. I think that would be smart. 2 fish, we're going to go for that. So we get this guy, the whiptail stingray, who is for 3. On reveal, re-roll one of your fish dice. Oh, okay. Yeah, I will re-roll this one. And I got a 1. Excellent. Exactly what I wanted. Yes, we will catch him. I'm going to be smart, and I'm going to remember that I have this dink, the finger. I'm going to reduce the cost to catch the whiptail stingray by 1, so I can catch him with a 2. So now we still have 3. And so he's a middling, depth 1 fair fish. Whiptail stingray. A 4, 3. Or 4 something incomprehensible, because my handwriting is not the best. Let's try that again. A 3. Okay. So we have one last set of 3 dice, and we can absolutely get a middling, so we're going to go for a middling at depth 1. And we revealed the human corpse. Hello, human corpse. I cannot remember if I pulled this from the ocean or if I brought it here to be rid of it. On reveal, all players get a regret. So we got a deep regret. Disowned my children. Deep regret. Disowned my own children. Okay, so that is a 2 strength. We have a 2 dice. So we're going to catch it. Because again, we are scientists. We are here to record information, catalog it, and throw it back in the ocean. Let's not think too much about the fact that we're putting a corpse back in the ocean. I mean, we don't know who put it in there or why. We're not the police, we're scientists. We're not snitches. You're just a little guy. Okay, so we have one last die. We have, so small fish, we have 2 small fish at depth 1. They can be 0, 1, or 2. So there's a pretty good chance we can catch one of them. And it'll be the last fish that we catch. Let's try for this one. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's random. Can't tell. Oh no, it's the flounder. We cannot catch the flounder, so instead we get a dink. And the dink we get is the toe, which would have allowed us to try to get the flounder. And that is the end of week 1 of our ocean survey expedition, our scientific expedition. We have a whopping 5 regrets. So we have to discard fish worth 5. And so, right, because you have to any combination of fish with a total value equal to or greater than your total value of regrets. So we have to get rid of 5. We can get rid of the mermaid and the corpse. I think that would make sense. Yeah. We're going to not bring these back, so we have get rid of, so they have a value, not over here, over here. We have a value of a 1 and a 4, so that is 5 to go and clear up our regrets. Thematically, it makes sense because the corpse gave us the deep regret, and the mermaid was a regret and gave us a regret, so they're going to be jettisoned. And now we check off what we actually have kept. So we're going to go to page 1. We kept the lionfish. So that means we have $1 from catching the lionfish. We kept the Midas devil. So that's another $3. We kept the ghoul ray. We have 9 currently. We did keep the whiptail stingray. So that's 13. We're going to do that. We did not keep the corpse. We did not keep the mermaid. We did keep the manta ray. So that's another 4. And we kept the hammerhead shark. So that is a total of 22 fish bucks. Now, for the ocean survey, for the solo mode, we can spend, at this moment in time, we can spend 22 fish bucks on equipment for our next week. So next week, the next time we play this game, we get to have a little bit more equipment. In my notes, I'm going to write down that we have completed 1 week of this. So this was week 1. So with 22, we're going to look at it. We can get a blue tackle die, so we'll always have another die. We can get some fishing poles, or we can get some reels. So let's think about this, right? So we have 22 dice. We could... I think we can only get... I mean, we could get... let me... Over here. Yes. So, could get a bag of maggots. We could get a bag of maggots and nothing else. We could get a jar of leeches and nothing else. We could get mermaid eyes and curious spyglass, or mermaid eyes and the Book of the Deep. We could get the diving lantern. We could get black tea and a cask of ale. Now, those are handy because they help you get rid of regrets. before you're done with the week, so then you don't have to jettison any of your stuff. The blue tackle die is just an extra die. So every day of the week you get an extra die, so you'd have 4 dice instead of 3. That's very handy. The lucky pole, your first casting of the day, you get +1. That is pretty good. I think I don't care about, because the split, the wooden brass, and the trolling, they care about. If I remember correctly, they care about like what size the fish is. So then you go out and you're like, oh, I'm only going to catch this size of fish. I don't want to do that. I would skip those. And then for the reels, the wooden brass reel and the solid brass reel, they do something I don't remember, because they're not what I ended up using in my game. We've got, so we got black tea. We remove 1 regret. We've got the curious spyglass. Look at the entire column. We've got the cask of ale. That's 2 regrets. That is handy. I'm very tempted by that. But what I also want to do, so we got the wooden brass reel. Once per day, you may re-roll up to 2 of your fresh dice. That's pretty nice. And the solid brass reel, once per day, you may re-roll any number of your fresh dice. And lastly, what do we got? Yeah, so the trolling reel is large fish. The wooden brass reel, or rod, is the middling fish. The split bamboo is the small fish. And the lucky pole. So I think for our 22, how about, and this doesn't entirely matter, because here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write down $22. And I'll say I think I want to do both the lucky pole and the wooden brass rod, but I'm gonna say that's up for change. That's debatable. We can vote on it. Tell me what to get. If in that case, I'll also show the other things I didn't show. So really fast. Let's look at the bag of maggots. Once I find it. There you go, bag of maggots. Reduce fish difficulty by 2. The jar of leeches. Reduce a fish difficulty by 4. That's handy. The mermaid eyes. Let's not worry too much about where those eyes came from. Peek at 2 fish. That sounds familiar. I think we looked at the... Did we look at the diving lantern? Or did I just pretend I looked at the diving lantern? Reveal 3 fish in any order. That's nice. That's a good day. It's a good one-time action for the week. I think that's every equipment that we can get. Okay, so that is week 1 of the Ocean Survey Research Expedition. I hope that was fun. I hope that was good and went well. Enjoyable, peaceful, relaxing, what have you.